Okay, going over your ACT review questions, we'll start with lesson 1. The first one asked was number 3, and it asked for the smallest integer greater than the square root of 110. So you need to type in the square root of 110, whoops, wrong thing, square root of 110, and you can see that that is 10.48, and it wants the smallest integer greater than this. So integers, remember, no decimals, so the smallest integer greater than this would be 11. Number 4, which number is the least? I would convert each of these to decimals. So the square root of 2, just on your calculator, is, this would be a negative 1.414. This will be negative 0.25. This is a positive 0.04, and then 0. The smallest one is the farthest to the left on a number line. That would be this one, A, negative 1.414. Think of a number line, left is small. And then 8. So that was A, and 3 was D. Now number 8. What is the largest integer, remember no decimals, less than 6 pi? So you need to know where you're at. 6 pi is 18.84. Smallest integer, smaller than this, would be 18. So 8 is 18. Okay, moving on to lesson 2. Number 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, almost that entire section. So these were the exponents. I think I'm just going to do them right on here. It'll be quicker. So number 2. If you plug in the 2 for the x, and the 3 for the y, and the 4 for the z, this is just a calculator problem. So type it in. 7 times 2 squared plus 3 squared, and z is a 4 times 4, 64. Straightforward calculator problem. Number 3, work inside, think of these as parentheses. 1 minus 7 is a negative 6. The absolute value of negative 6 is 6. 7 minus 1 is 6. Absolute value of 6 is 6, and we are subtracting, you get 0. Number 4, think of this as 1 square root of 10 minus 3 square roots of 10 plus 7 square roots of 10. Think of them as x's. 1x minus 3x plus 7x. That's going to give me a negative 2, 5 of them. Number 5, which property allows you to rewrite? This is your distributive property. Should not have missed that one. Simplifying, you want to get rid of parentheses and combine like terms. So distribute, that gives you 21 plus 7x, a positive 1 here, plus 5 plus 4x. Your like terms are 21 and 5 added together is a 26, and 7 and 4 is 11. So an 11x plus 26, that's right here. Now let's see what they did here. They switched the order of adding right here in the middle. That's your commutative property. So it's the commutative property over addition. So there's commutative property of multiplication. That would be changing the order of multiplying. So commutative property of addition. And then here it's plug and chug. Absolute value is the last thing you do. So take the opposite of x. That's negative 12. Plus 5 times 3 is 15. Work inside here first. That's a positive 3. Absolute value is 3. Okay. Oh, that was less than 3. Dang it. Oh, I missed 2. Bummer. Did more on 3 than I had to do. Look at that. Oh, sorry. Back to lesson 2. My bad. This was the one I thought it was. You're going to add exponents here. So it's d to the 10th. Well, I didn't even have to do that one. Okay. Distribute this exponent in. You get 3 to the negative third over 5 to the negative third. Now flip them over to make them happy. Move this one to the top and this one to the bottom. So you're going to have 5 cubed in the top. Now it's happy. 3 cubed in the bottom. 5 cubed is 125. 3 cubed is 27. D. Okay, remember, the bottom number is your root, and that's a 2, so that's the square root of 6 cubed. But remember, the square roots are a common one. We don't write the 2 there. Anytime we see this, that's automatically square root. We never write the 2. The 2 is the only one we don't write. So that would be C. So this is 25 to the 1/5 power. Okay, I don't see any 25s over here. The reason they don't have any 25s is, if you see the 5s, 25 can be rewritten as 5 squared. That's still 25. So now I do my root, so it's going to be 5 to the 2/5 power. The 1/5 is the root, and then there's the power on the 5. So it's B. So, same thing here, that 49 is going to get rewritten as 7 squared. So what we have is 7 squared, A, B cubed, all to the 1/3 power. And you're allowed to distribute this 1/3 power in. There's a 1 here. And when we have power to a power, you multiply. So it's going to be 7 to the 2/3 when I multiply. 1 times 1/3 is 1/3. And then B, 3 times 1/3 is 1. So just B to the first. So that will give us C. Okay, here you want to divide your number parts. So 8.4 divided by 2.8. 8.4 divided by 2.8 is 3 times 10, and when we have dividing, we subtract exponents, so it's going to be 6. Subtract the -2, it's going to give me 1/8, so 3 times 10 to the 8th. And let's see, a certain temperature, steam has a density of that. How much water is 5,000 cubic meters of steam at this temperature? Kilograms per cubic meter. So every cubic meter is this many kilograms. So I have to multiply. 3 times 10 to the -3rd times 5,000. There's a couple ways. You can type this right in your calculator, or you can convert to scientific notation, but I think it'd be quicker just to type it right in. 3 times 10 to the -3rd times 5,000. I get 15. And in scientific notation, remember you kick the decimal back 1 place, that's going to give you 1.5 times 10 to the 1st. So that would be C. And here, we're going to multiply, so we're going to multiply the whole number parts together, and we're going to multiply these together, and we do this one by adding exponents. So 9.6 times 7.5 is 72. Times 10, adding exponents, that will give me 6. And then proper scientific notation says, move this back 1 place, change this by 1. So 7.2 times 10 to the 7th. Okay, and I already did lesson 3. I did way more, I only need to do 2 in there. Lesson 4. We want 2, 3, 4, and 6. 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay. I didn't even look. Hopefully those were on there. Anya has a piece of fabric that is 14 yards. She's going to divide it into 2 smaller pieces. Ratio 3 to 4. So 3x plus 4x has to equal 14. 7x is 14. X equals 2. What will be the length of the shorter piece? 3 times 2 is 6. 6 yards. Okay, 40% of the members are girls. So 40% of the members are girls. What is the ratio of girls to boys in the chess club? Oh, well, if 40% are girls, that means 60% are boys. So 40 to 60, just reducing, that's going to give you a 2 to 3. A. Oh, I can finish these last 2 up. If 30% of a given number is 45, So 30% of some number is 45. What is 80% of that number? So I'm going to find the number first by dividing. So 45 divided by 0.3 is 150. And then 80% of 150, you just have to multiply. And you get 120. And the last one, if two cities are 3.5 inches apart, 2 inches is 80 miles, how many miles apart? Set up proportions. You've got your proportion here. 2 inches is 80 miles. 3.5 inches is how many miles? Cross, multiply, and divide. And you'll have it. So 2x equals 3.5 times 80. Divide by 2, 140. 140 miles. Okay. Got that.